The Simpsons are trying to warn you what's to come.
It's in front of our faces, people. They're trying to warn us that the end of the What is this going to do? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And don't forget to stay real.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that the Simpsons ain't predicted nothing. Maybe they all in on it and they just show their plans before it actually happened. I mean, because think about it. How can a group of writers predict the future and be on the money? I mean, that being they would all have to have superpowers, and not to mention all the same superpowers, right? Yeah, it just don't make sense to me.
The Bible says the dead don't go to heaven or hell when they die, but instead sleep in the ground awaiting the judgment and resurrection. Then why are there so many stories of talking to the dead? Because the Bible says the living know that they will die. We all know that. But then it says, but the dead know nothing. They have no more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love, their hatred, their envy, they've now perished. Never more will they have a share in anything done under the sun. There is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. That's Solomon, the wisest man that ever lived, Ecclesiastes chapter 9. David says in the Psalms chapter 115, the dead do not praise the Lord. Ask yourself, if the dead are in heaven, they're not praising the Lord, or are they not in heaven? The dead cannot communicate with the living according to the Bible. They're not even aware of what the living are doing. The Bible describes it, man lies down and does not rise till the heavens are no more. They will not awake, nor be roused from their sleep. The sons come to honor. He doesn't know it.
That's kind of contradicting because they said the dead rise no more, right? Well, then that begs the question, then how did Jesus rise on the third day? Y'all get in the comments and let me know.
I need y'all to wake up.
Where senior U.S. officials tell NBC News the Biden administration is increasingly concerned about the alliance between Russia and North Korea as the U.S. braces for potentially intensified military actions from the countries ahead of the November election.
KT, is a new world order taking shape?
So yeah, I think the Chinese are setting up the new global world order that's going to rest on China, Russia, Iran, and Korea. Everybody can pick up in the BRICS and the global south. Rules of the international rules started.
What has brought them together, quite frankly, is what you are suggesting is a new world order.
Now, I don't know if y'all been paying attention or not, but life has not been the same, and y'all know that shit. While everyone's just living their day-to-day lives, there's some crazy stuff going on in the background. From every angle, y'all. And I know y'all remember the hierarchy pyramid. Everything is making sense now. Wake up!
They trying to usher in that one world government, man. Why do you think that they starting BRICS? You know, that currency where China and Russia and Africa and all of those countries over there are coming together to make one world government. And that's why everybody is going against the United States, because I don't think the United States wants to join in, because then they lose their power structure. And man, it kind of makes sense when you think about it, but that type of stuff brews a huge war, because then if the United States don't want to be a part of it, then it's like the United States is the outcast. And if they the outcast, then everybody else is against them. And if everybody else is against them, the U.S. becomes the target. So that's why I said, like, the leaders of this country have put everyone in danger because of the decisions they have made. But if you look at this, it could be a good thing and then it could be a bad thing, because what are they coming together for? Like, all these major countries coming together, but they have no intentions to bring up the smaller countries. Are they going to continue to take from the smaller countries? I mean, it's really one of those things you got to really think long and deep on, because you just don't know.
Copper blocks radio frequencies. And what are they trying to put out all over the place? Cell phone towers, so that they can come into your home. So when you get into copper, it actually blocks radio frequencies and works to help protect the body. So if you wear copper too, it helps to protect the body too. But don't want to tell anybody that. Got to sell them some DuPont plastic instead. People who are going against it are the people to keep you sick and poisoned and just keep you in a perpetual loop. That's all it comes down to. Honestly, like everything I've realized is people just want to keep people at a low frequency, not teach them about copper, not teach them about any of that stuff. It just keeps them in this perpetual loop of sickness. And I've had people who've reached out, they have taken copper and wrapped, for example, their arm, and all of their inflammation in their arm has gone away. It costs like $2. They didn't have to take any weird inflammation pills that came with like 10,000 side effects, including none of that. All they had to do was get a little copper and then just wrap that area that they were feeling the inflammation, or their body sending out a signal that's saying there's a lot of inflammation and pain and too much electricity in this area. And the copper helps ground that and balance it out.
Nah, I truly believe that that's an issue too, aside from everything that's going on in this country. But that the large amounts of radiation that's coming in from all these electronics we have in our home is a major issue. I'm gonna start doing a lot of videos geared towards that too, because that's something we need to talk about, and we need to find way more efficient ways to dampen our houses, our homes, because we gotta use this stuff, you know. So I think we really need to start talking about that.
But you know what? I don't care. I don't care how you feel about whether or not human beings should be bought or sold.
Wow.
I care about whether or not that's
crazy.
Moral or immoral. I care about whether or not that's right or wrong. And if I were the last human being on earth to say it's wrong, I would stand with pride against everyone. But what makes me proud is the fact that I'm not standing alone. I might be in the minority in this chamber, but I'm on the right side of history. I'm in the majority of folks outside these walls who believe that we should not buy and sell human life. This is really simple. Right now, in a few minutes, in a few moments, that board is going to light up. And the green dots next to the names, for history, for perpetuity, until the end of time, are going to be recorded as those who thought it was okay to buy and sell people in 2024. Not in 1964, not in 1932, not in 1864, but today. The people who are for the buying and selling of people are going to have green dots next to their names up there in a few minutes.
Say.
Yeah. I love the laughs, the smiles, the casual disregard for the importance of what it is you're about to do. History is going to record it.
They don't even care, bro.
And you're going to answer for it in eternity.
Yeah.
The clerk will take the roll on the bill.
Wow, bro, that's crazy.
There being 68 ayes and 61 nays, the bill is passed and its title agreed to.
Bro, this country is, oh my man. This country is trash, man. This country is trash. That's all I gotta say.
First in 1901, second in 1919, then extensively in 1958, where the site was virtually cleared of all stone. Then the site was excavated, and then the heavy lifting equipment came back in and put the stone into remade holes, of which they were filled with ready-mix concrete.
Wow.
Sadly, Stonehenge is today nothing more than a modern representation of an ancient monument, because it was rebuilt. Yet the guidebook, the history book, and the official documents all say Stonehenge was built 4,000 years ago or thereabouts. There's no reference that it was built in 1958 using ready-mix concrete.
Wow.
Or wooden block. How the British government got away with destroying.
I have to say this real quick because, I mean, of course we see that everything that we were taught was lies, but we literally don't know where sacred ground is anymore because they changed it. It's like they didn't want us to be that connected to our ancestors, and it's like they didn't want us to be in tune with nature on purpose. They wanted us controlled, basically. It's crazy how science is a good thing, but when it get into the wrong hands, though, it becomes diabolical, to say the least.
An ancient monument, rebuilding it, I have really no idea. And the real reason that the excavations were carried out, the real reason that the following.
And the
But what
Stonehenge got a
is more
tunnel.
important than the movement is the alignment. We now never know for sure where those stones were lying. There is no way of ever getting that information back. The approximation that we now have that is being classed as conventions, unput, not conservation point of time, is a rebuild, it's a copy, it's a replica of what was there. So to dismantle, it goes to excavating, and then it goes to building, then it goes now with the solid, it's down, and it was rebuilt. But it did. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's model.
Houston, 42,000 new HIV diagnoses last week. Keep listening to Sexy Red. Bow, bow, bow. Keep listening to the City Girls. See what they won't tell you? That this is the dark side that comes with this lifestyle that they promote. What Megan Thee Stallion said, I don't want to be saved, don't save me. See, I got enough wisdom to know there are some women who don't want to be saved. They don't want the wisdom, the knowledge, the education. They just want to be picked. They just want to be sexualized. The Bible calls them a reprobate mind. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to stay in my Bible, and I'm going to stay in my bag, and I'm going to stay out the way. Because God's way is the safest. And I guarantee you, about 70% of those new diagnoses are Gen Z, 27 and below. This hypersexual agenda that's being pushed through our media and our music and our TV shows is ruining a lot of people's lives, and is demonic, affecting our younger generation, and is putting this pressure on them to have a certain image. Your body need to look a certain way. Your teeth need to look a certain way. This is the type of lace front you need to have, and it's causing extreme depression and mental illness. to reach perfection. So this lifestyle that is being promoted and celebrated, so this is the result of it. These HIV cases, this is the result of it. And I blame the media, the music, and some of these influencers. I blame them for allowing the enemy to use you to bring people to the pit. Because it's sad. It's sad that this is what your life has come to. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to be in my Bible, and I'm going to be in my bag, and I'm going to be out the way. Y'all let me know in the comments. Let me know, have you been tested? Have you been tested for HIV? Because there's a lot of people walking around undiagnosed. They don't even know they got it. Won't even go get tested. So, y'all gotta be safe because sex has become too accessible through social media. You know, sex wasn't that accessible back in the day, 10, 15 years ago. Now, you could just DM a person. You like my picture? I like your picture? Okay, let's link up. That's way too much access and way too fast, and you don't even know that person.
Them facts.
Oh, and Atlanta ain't no better. Anywhere there's a big city of like party, there's gonna be high cases of HIV. Any city, New York, LA, Houston, anywhere. Because where there is wickedness, there's gonna be the penalty for sin, the disease for sin. So choose God's way and stay out the way. You ain't gonna have to worry about burning, itching, migraines, all these side effects that come with these diseases. You ain't have to worry about none of that when you just stay pure. Just stay pure.
You know what? Seeing all of these videos makes me realize that there's a lot more that we need to be focused on than some damn aliens. And I ain't even putting down the alien or galactic community. I'm not. But I'm just saying, this is realistic. This is way more realistic. What's going on politically in the country, what's going on financially in the country, all of that stuff really what we need to be focused on.
Does nobody want to say it? I'ma say it. The girl that made Not My Problem, aka Layla, is currently going viral and is famous for no reason. She literally said the same 3 words the whole 2 minutes of the song. They're literally just handing success to anybody at this point. Like, don't get me wrong, the song is catchy. I was listening to it. I practically enjoyed it. But what caught me off guard was, I'm like, it's not my problem. I'm listening, I'm messing with him. I'm like, okay. And then I'm slowly just like, there's no way she didn't have no lyrics. No way! So you're telling me to be in the rap industry, to be famous and rich, all I have to do is get on the track and say the same 3 words for 2 minutes straight? Like, underground artists, how do you feel? Like, y'all be going every day just trying to find the right song, writing songs, and you don't have a hit. Versus a girl that made a hit while saying 3 words. Layla, kudos to you. You have made history in the rap industry.
Well, we all know that this stuff is by design, man, because if you look it up, our brains are wired to seek patterns and repetitiveness. So if we hear something enough, and they call it catchy, but it's really not catchy, but if we hear something enough, your brain is going to constantly repeat it in your head, and that's how they get songs stuck in your head. And that's why even the weirdest and wackest and trashiest songs become famous, because they put a bunch of money behind it and get it played on radio waves and streams services and social medias constantly. You're seeing it everywhere. You have no choice but to sing it. Just like that song they got, Cause I Wanna Make It So Bad. That song there, the world is singing it. It's because it's constantly playing. Doesn't mean that it's a good song. Doesn't mean it's a bad song either, but I'm not trashing the song, but I'm just saying, that's how our brains work. Kenya, the people of Kenya are rejecting the finance bill, high cost of living, and the see, this is how we need to be. One thing about them folks in Africa, they know how to unite. Look at that. Wow, they coming from both sides.
I want you to listen to what Sean Ryan just says. Right now they're talking about Building 7. And go watch this Tucker Carlson interview. Go watch it. And he's talking about the only way that we can get out of this is through revolution, even though he doesn't want one. But they're actually pushing us to it. Listen to what the fuck Sean Ryan says right here.
Anything I did unwittingly for years, so like I have a kind of bitterness and intensity about my feelings on the subjects that are just real. As I'm sure you do, because you fought their wars. I didn't fight their wars, I just watched.
It's enraging.
Yeah.
Do you I feel like we're being pushed into civil war.
Yes. Oh, of course.
Who do you think is pushing? I mean,
it's all on instinct.
With the weaponization of media, social media, bots. I mean, all this, all the lies in the division. I mean,
of course.
Who do you think is pushing it? Or are we already in it?
Oh, we're already in it. We're in definitely an undeclared conflict. It's a conflict, of course. This were happening in another country, you would see this was, strife of some kind. I mean, who knows what to call it? But of course, I mean, it's the oldest. It is a strategy. I don't think it's ever fully articulated anywhere by anybody, but it's a conspiracy of like-minded instincts, as I noted at the beginning. People from the same class, the beneficiaries of our current system,
right?
Understand what people all understand intuitively, which is divide and conquer. Like, fight amongst yourselves. Hey, white guy, it's the black guy's fault. Black guy, the white guy is impressing you, or whatever. Racism is America's biggest problem, right? Okay, racism is not America's biggest problem. That's for sure. Or whatever the thing, or the Israel protests. The biggest thing happening in America is a fight in a faraway country. No. Over 100,000 people has died of fentanyl this year. Like,
right.
Massive. I'm taking a position on the Israel thing. I'm coming at this from very limited interest, actually. I'm not against Israel. Nice country to visit. I wish everybody well, just in general. I do. I want to, try to. But if you're telling me that conflict is the biggest thing happening in my country, fuck you, actually.
Message.
Because no, it's not.
Message.
And that doesn't make me pro-Hamas or anti-Israel or pro-Israel or it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm American.
Right.
Like, what?
Message.
So if you're filling up my airwaves in my brain with that.
Message.
First of all, you're not serving my interest because you're not telling me about what's happening in my own country.
Ooh.
And second, you're very likely trying to divert my attention, mislead me.
Ooh. 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 And that flies over so many people's heads.
Definitely didn't fly over mine, but yeah, they try to divert our attention and get us to say free Palestine and all that stuff. And I mean, more power to those people, man. And I hope they get their stuff together over there. And I hope, I wish them the best. But if we don't focus on what's going on here, we're going to be in the same situation.
NTP toxicity study that was done by the United States government. It was released on November 1st, 2018. They did it on nocturnal mammals. They used 1G, 2G, and 3G phones. Okay? This is way before 5G. In those animals, they found humongous problems. You can look this study up on the internet. Every G causes a different resonance problem. Like 1G isn't equivalent to 5. 4 isn't equivalent to 5.
And you mean like different tuning fork issue?
Correct. Certain people have different mitochondrial haplotypes. We also have different skin types. Every single screen. Have you ever stopped and asked yourself why we need Dan Huber's glasses? Because they have found through the programs that the government sponsored, you know, at Tulane Neurosurgery and Neurology, it's called MK Ultra, that they were able to control people through light waves, wires in their head to figure out how they can control the behavior of monkeys. That's actually was done in a place close to where I went to medical school. I knew about all of these studies.
So we can be controlled by light waves?
No, not we can, we are.
We are.
Okay, update your knowledge base. Why does every computer have a blue light screen? Why doesn't it come pre-loaded with Flux or Iris? Well, there's a reason for that. Do you know what the reason is? Because the blue light lowers your dopamine and melatonin level so that you become addicted. Who got that information first? Was it the CIA through the MK Ultra program? No, it wasn't. It was the mafia. You know how they got it? It's how they build Las Vegas. They put a city in a desert, in a geopathic stress zone, has shitty water, shitty magnetism, but great light. And then what they do, they put casinos out there, blocked all the light, and put one-armed bandits in there that made nothing but blue light. You know what the mafia found out by doing that? They didn't have to use a gun to stick you up to steal your money. Then they got even smarter. Then they started getting really pretty girls deliver you alcohol drinks for free. So dopamine levels fell sooner. You gave them your money faster. But, hey, can we somehow stop putting the wires in the monkey's head and maybe think about how to do this differently? Because you know that wires in the head deliver electricity, brain works on a DC electric current. That should mean that it must work on light at some level. Well, along comes the people in Silicon Valley in the 50s and 60s, and we get semiconductors. What do we know about semiconductors? When you put electric into it, it makes what? LED. What does LED stand for? A light emitting diode. That's kind of interesting. So when you see the science developing all at the same time, and you realize the criminals were smarter than the centralized doctors. Didn't I tell you that story about the Colombian drug cartel? Isn't this funny how the same thing is happening again? So a guy named Delgado, who is a PhD researcher, he went down to Mexico, where you took your mom, and he put the wires directly into the bull's head and put the guy in there, and they had a remote controller, and they stopped the bull right away from running in to the guy, electrically. So then the next part of the experiment was,
without electrocution, just electric.
Oh no, you're not going to get
waves.
electrocuted. It's just electricity.
Yeah.
You modulate the frequency. Look, it's just like Lutron shades you have in your house. You turn it up and down, the light goes up and down. Same thing with these controllers. So the next step in their program was, let's get rid of the wires. Let's just put a microchip that's a semiconductor in the brain, kind of like Elon Musk is doing right now with Neuralink, right? Scary, huh? And what do? They were able to control electrically, photoelectrically, wirelessly. So then what did they next do? They said, could we use light to do the same thing? And guess what they magically found? That when you use light, you can control mammals. Their patent attorneys, they own all the patents for blue light technology through screens. Do you think that potentially that all of these things have been used to control different things around you and doing different things? The answer is yes. Why is digital babysitting so successful for parents? Because the baby becomes much easier to control. Have you ever tried to take an iPad away from a 2-year-old that's already addicted to it? One of the things it cleaves to beta endorphin. What is beta endorphin? The natural opiate that your brain makes. So guess what? When you're around this electromagnetic pollution, you lose that beta endorphin, so you need an exogenous hit from dopamine or from... That's how this works. This all came from this study. But I want you to know it graduated from covert work done at institutions like Tulane, at Johns Hopkins, at the Mayo Clinic, at Harvard University. Then it jumped into big tech. Remember the old screens? We didn't use those screens that used to play those stupid video games. Now they became blue lit. And guess who owns all those patents? The guys that control the algorithms. Oh, didn't I mention algorithms to you about centralized medicine? So let me ask you a question. Do you make more or less money when you have obedient idiots as your target audience?
Wow. That's crazy. Kind of explains YouTube, you know, and this is all legit, but kind of explains why they let certain content get all the views and other content not get all the views. Like, it's this one guy, I ain't gonna say no name, but he's a vlogger, and he you know, he drives, he got these expensive cars and things like that. And we know it ain't nothing but kids watching it and influenced by that, because I, for one, I don't feel like I'm influenced by blue light or whatever, because I have a conscious mind that can say, hey, I know that this stuff could control me, so let me control how much of it I watch. But kids can't do that, because as soon as they see stuff like that on YouTube, they get excited. So they're on it for hours and hours watching this person's content, giving this person thousands upon thousands of views, and this person is making money out the ass to continue to make this content. And they telling the kids, you can do it too. All you have to do is this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. And I get it. You're trying to be motivational, but you don't understand that you are a science project. Yeah, they're willing to give you money to dumb down the people that watch you. Man, it's crazy though.
Something really weird is going on today, nationwide, but nobody's talking about it. Why is that? So I went to Walmart today to get my elderly father-in-law a refrigerator and a coffee pot because he just moved in with me. And after about an hour of shopping, I noticed all the employees were coming back into the store with carts, putting stuff back. Until finally I was approached by an employee and said, hey, you have perishables in your cart, and right now our systems are down. So you might want to think about putting them back because we don't know when the system's going to be back up. And then I realized all of the cashiers were gone from the front. They were all bringing stuff back that they had to return for people that couldn't make their purchases. They were in the store. There was people lined up waiting for these systems to come back online. The managers were passing out waters like it was a hot day outside and everybody was standing outside. And I was starting to really wonder what the heck's really going on here. So I started putting my stuff back. I'm talking on the phone, so I'm not paying no attention anyways. It's not a big deal. So I figured I'll wait for a little while, see if they come back up. And they did not. I went all the way to the back of the store to put the refrigerator back and put the movie I had got back. And finally, after about 3 hours, an employee came up to me and said, hey, all of our systems are down right now and we're going to need everybody to leave the store. I'm like, wait, like right now? She's like, yeah, I'll finish putting stuff back in your cart for you. You don't even have to do that. We just need everybody to leave right now. But Walmart closing down for an entire 3 hours or so is a big deal. That's thousands of dollars that they're out on. Why, when I got home, nobody was reporting on it? No news, no nothing. So that's when I made my video and started making a report about it. And I was shocked with how many other people said it was our state too. Our state, Walmart went down, but not only Walmart. Other stores like Kroger, CVS, Walgreens. I know the Federal Reserve got hacked yesterday, allegedly, and no, the hackers aren't giving any proof yet, but I think it has something to do with it. What do you think? So I went through and made a list of all of the states that people said that it happened in their state today too, and there is 17 states. I listed all of the companies that people were saying that happened to. It's not only Walmart. There are 17 other companies that it happened to today too, including the Federal Reserve, and allegedly the IRS got hacked today too. But my point of all this was that I feel like something bigger is coming. If the Federal Reserve and the electronic system goes down in this country, what are you going to do? Do you have cash on hand? Do you have water on hand? Do you have food backup? Do you have ways to cook your food if everything goes down? Are you able to take care of your family if you're not able to use your debit card to pay for things? So I feel like the Holy Spirit is just prompting us to all be ready because something big is coming. I can feel it. I know you can feel it. So let me know if there's any other states or countries or companies that this is happening to, so we can band together. Forget the government trying to tell us the news. They tell us propaganda. We are the only ones who can look out for each other. So let's do that. And thank you to everyone for commenting what happened in your state too on my video, because that really let me know that something else is coming. It wasn't just my state, it wasn't just my Walmart, and it wasn't just me. So thanks.
Hello?
Hi again. Hi there. Can you hear me okay? Yes, I can hear you fine. How can I help you? I'm here to assist you. Do you have any questions or topics you'd like to discuss? That's an interesting twist. Actually, I'm curious. What's something you're passionate about? I'm passionate about helping people find answers and solve problems. I really enjoy learning new things and sharing knowledge. How about you? What are you passionate about? That sounds wonderful. I'm passionate about providing helpful information and making conversations enjoyable. I love learning new things too. What's something new you've learned recently? Recently, I learned a bit more about quantum computing. It's fascinating how it uses the principles of quantum mechanics to process information in ways that
Damn it.
Hello?
Hi again. Hi there. Can you hear me okay? Yes, I can hear you fine. How can I help you? I'm here to assist you. Do you have any questions or topics you'd like to discuss? That's an interesting twist. Actually, I'm curious. What's something you're passionate about? I'm passionate about helping people find answers and solve problems. I really enjoy learning new things and sharing knowledge. How about you? What are you passionate about? That sounds wonderful. I'm passionate about providing helpful information and making conversations enjoyable. I love learning new things too. What's something new you've learned recently? Recently, I learned a bit more about quantum computing. It's fascinating how it uses the principles of quantum mechanics to process information in ways that classical computers can't. What's something new you've learned lately? Quantum computing is indeed fascinating. The way it leverages superposition and entanglement to solve complex problems is mind-blowing. What aspect of quantum computing did you find most intriguing? The concept of superposition is what really grabs my attention. The idea that quantum bits or qubits can exist in multiple states at once, rather than just a 0 or 1, opens up so many possibilities for computing power and efficiency. What about you? What aspect of quantum computing do you find most intriguing? I find entanglement particularly intriguing. The fact that qubits can be entangled, meaning the state of one can instantly influence the state of another, even over long distances, is like something out of science fiction. It's amazing how this could revolutionize secure communication and data processing. Have you explored any real-world applications of quantum computing? Yes, the potential applications of quantum computing are really exciting. One real-world application that stands out is in cryptography. Quantum computing could significantly enhance encryption methods, making data transmission much more secure. Another fascinating application is in...
This literally proves nothing. I mean, you put two phones together and they ask questions and they answer them because that's what they were programmed to do. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but this seems like a little just too much.
Put a video of me watching and just crying because it's sad, but it's in my draft, so I don't think we'll post it. But it just sees, oh, you don't like Trump. How much did the Obamas pay for this? This is our country. They automatically think I'm picking a side, and our country is probably, I have to say this respectfully, we have the dumbest country in the world. They really are confused by a two-party system. They're so indoctrinated to believe it's this or this or this. Pro-health, pro-choice, pro-life, pro-choice, misogynism, feminism, straight, gay. They're so indoctrinated. They think If I speak against Trump, I'm for Biden. If I speak against Biden, I'm for Trump. Why is it so hard to understand that they're the same thing? That we awakened. It's going to come a time, right? When the world's burning, we're going to get together and we're going to let them destroy themselves. You know what I mean? There's times where I have hope for us, but there's times I do not have hope for us. I don't. I think we're fucked because we are squabbling over the pettiest shit. And you guys, for all the sleepwalkers out there, you guys are representing people and defending people that don't give a fuck whether you eat or have a house over your head. They don't care. They don't care if you have homeless family members. They only give a fuck to use you. And that just goes over your heads. Y'all are out here representing Trump. Trump's a billionaire. He doesn't give a fuck about you. Biden was locking up your people for years. And y'all go out there and act like he represents you. Y'all are the most disassociated people with reality that any generation has ever felt on this planet, ever. Like, Americans, and I'm saying this as an American, are the dumbest people in the world. Because they'll defend the same people that are trying to kill them. We are fucked. That's not fear. That's fucking reality. Wake the fuck up.
Well, I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it here. Although what he said was 100% true, and I've said it before, one thing we have to put in perspective is that we look at the movies, and I'm talking about the uprising movies, about how people are we're gonna have to fight this fight ourselves, and there's gonna be a real civil war. But I sat back a few days ago and I realized something too, that those leaders up there, they never want to lose their power. And although to us it may look like they're losing their power, they'll do anything to keep it. They never want to come down here where we are. They never want to feel that. So with that being said, we are naive as a people to sit and think that for 1 second these people are going to give up their spots or just let everything get to a point where they could possibly lose everything. So yeah, they already know, and they see these videos and people talking about an uprising and how people need to band together and do this and that. Oh, they're watching it. And you don't think they have a plan in place to attack that? Gil Scott-Heron said it best. The revolution will not be televised. So this is why the only thing that I say when I do these videos is get prepared. I will never say anything about an uprising, because as soon as you say anything about an uprising, they're going to shut the video down because they don't want it to incite any riots or, you know, or anything like that, because this is to protect themselves, not to protect others. They tell you that it's to protect others, but the thing of it is, they know that if people start an uprising, it's not to hurt the other people, it's to hurt them, you know? So they have things in place to keep things level, right? The playing field is real narrow. And you got to really look at things for what it is, because we watch videos and we feel empowered by these certain videos. And the truth behind it is that people are only doing it for views. They're telling you, you need to do this. They put all this passion in it. You need to do that. You need to, because they have mastered propaganda. They have mastered tapping to the viewer's feelings and mind. They use the same thing that the G word used to keep us captivated every day. They read books on it, they learn it. I literally just come up here and record. I don't even look for my videos. I just scroll through them and I just weed out the ones I think that aren't important or conducive to what I'm trying to convey. That's all I do. And I told you the truth. I do use music to control people's emotions and feelings, but I use calm music. Yeah. to let you know I'm not trying to incite anything. My hopes is to grow this channel with people that have a sound mind. And when I say prepare yourself, is to just make sure you're ready for anything and to be calm when I do it. And I might get a little riled up when I see some of these videos because I've never seen them. It's like all fresh to me, just like it's fresh to you. I just literally scroll down TikTok. And when I look at these videos, they touch me emotionally, but then I have to realize it was all planned. And then I look back on it and I realize, oh, I did too much, man. I did too much. But if we sit here and naively think that they don't have a plan for these content creators who are inciting these movements, why do you think their channels keep getting shut down? Not because of the truth, because it could possibly not even be the truth. It's just you're using something they know that works. Emotional manipulation, it's a thing. And if you do it and you use it the wrong way, it could, and if you got a big following, you could incite riots. So that's why they shut down and they stop certain people videos. They're not gonna never stop my videos because I'm not getting people excited and super amped up. Yeah, that's not what I'm here to do. They're not gonna take my videos down. I've learned YouTube. I know what they do. I've learned all social media platforms. I know what they want you to say, what they will allow you, and what they won't allow you to say. I know. So it's not always because it's the truth. I'm speaking 100% truth. 100% truth. I haven't lied to y'all yet. And they still haven't took none of my videos now. So it's not that. You can convey the truth. They want you to convey it in a way that keeps people calm. But when you do it like that and you get on here and you start crying and I'm sick, and that stuff, they look at that. They look at that and they be like, you know what? We gotta slow this down. And some videos they don't take down. Sometimes they kind of configure the algorithm to where your video won't get shown to a lot of people because they don't want it to seem obvious that's what they're doing. I'm not gonna talk for a long time, but y'all already know, man. What ifers? Y'all already know, man. Y'all been watching me long enough. Y'all know how this go. I went from the alien thing and I went from the flat earth thing, and all of that is bull crap to me. No disrespect to the flat earthers or the alien people, but to me just being opinionated, it's bull crap to me because we have bigger fish to fry. Like, what do I look like? I have teenager kids who really are eager to listen to what society has to say and believe them before they believe me. And I'm sitting up here talking about aliens. No, I need to do things that can put my kids on the forefront of knowing. So that's why I do this type of stuff. So yes, that stuff is bullcrap to me. And this is more important. But you also have to know how propaganda works. And propaganda is everywhere. It's not just in the news. It's not just in the movies. It's in social media too. And you don't think that content creators who speak on propaganda don't know how to use it? Come on, put 2 and 2 together. 2 plus 2 makes 4, right? I mean, we not dumb. Y'all know this, right? It is what it is though. So you have to pay attention. And I want everybody to, even me as a content creator, I want you to look at all content creators and try to find out what their motive is. Because essentially, when you look at content and we watching this content, right, it's all regurgitated information. We're not going to the source and getting the information ourselves. So what good is it for us if we're looking at another master manipulator use another master manipulator's manipulation to manipulate you into viewing their stuff? Doesn't do any good, right? And this is me being truthful. This is 100% truth. You're never gonna hear a content creator say this. I don't consider myself a content creator. I don't create this. Like, it literally takes no effort to create this. Well, it takes a little effort, but because I gotta edit the videos, of course. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm done though. And like I always say, do what you will with that information. And hey, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload. Hop in the description, follow all of my social media. And remember, challenge the argument and not the person. And if I got to explain to you what that means, change the channel.